Now, though, as promised, it is time for all the day's showbiz news in Entertainment 24 with Tasmin.
Good evening. She's been the queen of the dance floor. Now Camilla Dallerup wants to be the latest celebrity to put her story on the bookshelves of the nation. The Strictly Come Dancing star wants to follow in the profitable footsteps of Sharon Osbourne and Jordan and reveal all between the hard covers. So what's it like dancing with celebrities such as Gethin, James Martin and David Dickinson? Is it all sequins and showbiz? Well, earlier tonight, I spoke to Camilla about her literary ambitions, and we also spoke to Joel Rickett, deputy editor of The Bookseller, about the celebrity autobiography phenomenon. I asked Camilla what really made her sit down and write her story.
Well, going from being a professional dancer, competing all around the world, to suddenly having a public breakup on the front of the newspapers, which was the most surreal and toughest time, obviously splitting up with Brendan Cole from Strictly Come Dancing, of my life. I never experienced anything like it, and it probably was the lowest point of my life too. I didn't even know that I could have feelings like that and be that sad and low, and then having to go out and perform in front of 4 million people with a happy smile. So being through that, therapeutically, I sat down and started writing with a ghostwriter, talking through all of the experiences, and it really helped me get through things. And I suppose we've gone full circle now, Brendan and I. We did our last dance together as a one-off at the Eurovision last year. And we are back to being friends. But it was an uphill struggle for a long time. And I would love to share that experience and maybe help other people to get through tough times.
That's great. So you're saying basically the book is a part of the healing process?
Yes.
Did you use a ghostwriter for this book?
Yes, I did. Because
what's the process like?
It was very interesting. I've always liked to connect with people, obviously through movement and dancing and connecting and touching and reaching an audience, and also through my motivational speaking. But I've never sat down and actually written, so I needed help, and that's what she's helped me do.
So you haven't quite finished the book yet.
No.
So do you have a publisher waiting behind closed doors?
We're in talks at the moment, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, OK. And is there pressure from the media to reveal a little bit more than you'd like to?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's quite difficult, and also because, you know, your family and friends are kind of like, well, what are you going to talk about? You know, and it is my life and it is my story, and obviously Brendan Cole was a big part of that for 8 years of my life, and it is about the inner strength. It's about competing and making it against all odds, but also heartache and all, you know, all the tough stuff we went through.
And are your friends and family all okay about it? Are they saying, don't reveal too much?
Yeah, I have my mum on the phone a lot going, what now? What have we told them now? But yeah, but you know, I think they'll be quite excited to see it.
Now, Joel, I'm going to move to you. Celebrity autobiographies are doing tremendously well. Why is this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think because just generally celebrities are now such a big part of our culture. There are a million reasons for that, but people like to read about them in a longer form. People perhaps aren't being satisfied just by, you know, half an hour on telly, just by a quick read of a magazine. They want to find out the stories behind these people's lives, find out what turns them on, why they got where they are, how they've overcome, in many cases, kind of incredible obstacles to get where they are.
Does this reflect somehow a little bit about us as a public and society, that we've just become really obsessed with celebrity?
Yeah, and, you know, Gordon Brown last year sort of said there's a new seriousness and everyone doesn't really want all this friff-froff anymore. Actually, that hasn't really been borne out by the facts. Shows like Strictly Come Dancing are still getting millions of viewers, although obviously that isn't just about the celebrity, it's about talented people and celebrity together, and celebrities becoming talented in new ways.
Well, we've just seen pictures there of Posh Spice. Do you think there's too much money involved in these books?
It's obviously a high-risk end of the book market because, you know, if you're a publisher, for a big star, you can pay many, many millions of pounds. Dawn French, whose book is out this autumn, she was paid somewhere around £2 million. George Michael, much more than that. So for the very biggest names, you know, it's a lot of money. But on the other hand, there is a guaranteed audience there. What you can't really guarantee is whether the book will go on and sell sort of 500,000 to 1 million copies, which is what you need to really make these books work. So how the publishers are working it is they're putting a lot of bets on across the celebrity field, if you like, on the basis that if one or two come romping home, they'll sort of pay for the rest.
Now, reality TV stars, they get a really good deal. They become famous overnight, and then suddenly they get offered all these lucrative book deals. Is it hard for other types of celebrities to?
Well, you say that they have had deals, and there have been deals for kind of people coming off Big Brother, but not many of them did that well. And especially last Christmas, there are a number of books, fly-by-night celebrities, people who perhaps weren't seen as earning their fame. I don't think people felt like they wanted to shell out, you know, maybe £10, £15 to find out about this story of someone maybe who was just famous for a few weeks. So those books didn't really work.
Forget reality TV stars, I'll get Ben and Louise to start writing this soon. You're watching Entertainment 24 from BBC News. A look now at tonight's other showbiz stories. Police in Oxfordshire are investigating claims that Jeremy Clarkson was seen talking on a mobile phone while driving on the motorway. A young couple say they photographed the Top Gear presenter doing 70 miles an hour on the M40 while chatting into his phone. The police say they're now looking at the photo with a view to a possible prosecution. The Top Gear presenter hasn't yet commented. Iron Maiden singer Bruce Dickinson is more noted for urging fans to bring their daughters to the slaughter, but it turns out he's also a film writer. Dickinson has co-written a movie called Chemical Thriller that will premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. Simon Callow plays the lead in the film, which will be released next summer. Britney's got a new project, this time as an actress. The star of the film Crossroads is going to make a guest appearance on US sitcom How I Met Your Mother. It's Britney's latest attempt to put her recent troubles behind her. And Girls Aloud, seen here at the start of their career, are not splitting up in the immediate future. Nadine Coyle has told fans on the group's website that she's really looking forward to touring with the band. And gossip started, actually, when Nadine didn't make it to the Brits with the rest of the group. She said that she lost her passport, so she couldn't leave LA. Well, don't forget, we'd love to know what you think of the day's showbiz stories, so do email me, e24@bbc.co.uk. Well, that's all the entertainment news for now. I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30. Back to you, Ben and Louise.
Thanks.
Thank you. We were just discussing our book options, actually.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah, I can get you good book deals.
Really?
He's got a deal. He's all right.
Right, now the time is 9:38. You're watching News 24. Let's get more on today's budget. Alistair Darling announced that from next year, supermarkets will be forced to charge for plastic bags in a